You are now tuned in to Tear Down and Rebuild. Welcome to the Tar Pit. Well, hello. I'm sure you never thought you would hear me this early on a weekday and live at that. But this is part of what I was talking about when I said I wanted to do something different, and I had the best ideas in my sleep. So every single day I try to give you, and I apologize for my voice, as most of you who listen to me know, I have a tendency to lose my voice. But every single day, if you are following me on Instagram or if you are following me on Facebook, if we're friends, every day I try to put up something positive, give you something to start your day off, or something in the middle of your day when it seems like the day is just dragging on forever. Like, I try to give you something positive every single day, something that you can think about, just something to motivate you or make you feel better about yourself or about your situation, or just to let all of you know that there is somebody out here who really is thinking about and wants the best for all of you. And I put up these messages every single day. And for anybody who's listening who doesn't follow me, just about everything I do is under the name of Tar Pit. So on Instagram, it's tarpit_radio. But I decided, instead of doing it like I was and just posting the message, I wanted to do something like this. Just go live and talk to you guys for a little bit. And then when this goes up, the picture is actually going to be the message I normally would have posted. Just to do something a little bit different with it, because I actually have a show on a different network, and it's a regular radio show. It plays music and everything. I actually need to go over there because it's been spinning the same songs for probably 2 weeks because I haven't had the time to be on the station. But I'm going to fix that. Also, there was something going on where I haven't had the opportunity to test the network over there, because there's a morning motivation show that I do on that station. But I was like, I haven't been able to do that. And I wanted to do something else. So I'm like, okay, even if that comes back up, there's nothing wrong with doing 2 morning motivations. Because as all of you know, you can't hear me over there unless you have an Apple device, because it hasn't gone to Android yet. So this way, anybody can listen. If you are on your phone and you just tap on the link that comes up, if you want to listen on Spotify, I have a spot over there. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on Apple Music. Like, you can hear me everywhere on here. So this is what I believe I want to do, is just move everything here. Now, I like the other network only because I can play any music I want over there because it's licensed. Over here, you can only use things that are copywritten, but that's fine, because what you will all find out very soon is I have my own music out now, so I'll just play my own. And anybody else who wants theirs to be played over here, if you come to me and let me know that you want me to play your song over here, I will do that too. Now, on to this morning's message. I used to hear this all the time when I was growing up. And as everybody knows, I was raised in a holiness church for a good portion of my life. And there was a song they used to sing, "You're going to reap just what you sow." And it's actually very true. If you put negative things out into the air, if you put hate and evil things out into the air, you can't expect absolute positivity to come back in your direction. And you can't be upset when bad things happen to you if you are doing things with ill intent. At some point, all of those bad seeds that you put out there, at some point, all of the negativity And all of the hate that you put out there, it's going to come back to get you. Case in point, look at now, and something that I find absolutely hilarious is people who think that, the country has been at its best in the last few years. I'm like, clearly, somebody doesn't consider racism a bad thing because it's been happening more and more. But if you look at a lot of those cases now, I've watched more people lose their jobs, lose their ability to get into college, get put out of high schools, all based off of the negative, hateful things that they say about another person's race, mainly about us. There have been so many racist jokes about black folks or racist rants or folks walking up and having racist fits in the grocery store and just all types of foolishness that's been going on. And it's nothing new, which is sad, but it's nothing new. But now to see, and the reason why I'm speaking on this is because of that recent TikTok issue with the little girl who now has been going online, and stop it with the fake apologies because no one believes it. But the little girl who's been going online and crying about how, she didn't want anybody to reach out to her school, but her school saw it, because when you do something like that, it's going to go viral. Her school saw it, and she's been expelled. The college that was her dream school saw it, and she's no longer allowed to be admitted. And now she's blaming the public for taking away her future. And the apology may have been for some people, because I'm sorry, and I guess it was because of the way I was raised, and I'm working on that, so don't come at me. But I was always raised that, no apologies, no regrets. Because when I say something, what I say is what I meant to say. Now, how people take it is how they take it, but when I said it, I meant to say it. So for me to apologize would mean that I didn't actually mean it. But I did. And that's how I was raised. Like I said, I'm working on that. But I also look at other people the same way, which is the downside to being raised that way. So when you say something to me, I absolutely believe the very thing that came out of your mouth. Your apology later on really doesn't do anything for me because you meant what you said. So for people who have no clue what's going on, her and her boyfriend, who are both high school students, decided to make a TikTok. And in that TikTok, it was how to build a nigga. And in doing so, they put things in the sink at not having a father, criminals, like just typical stereotypes. And the little TikTok went viral. Folks all over the world saw this thing. Once it got out and people realized who these two were, she started getting death threats. Now, that I don't believe in. I always say that the universe will take care of those who have done wrong. And trust me, she is catching it. But I'm not getting ready to go out of my way to go and threaten the life of a high school teenager because she decided to do something this stupid. Life is already kicking you in the teeth. I don't have to risk my freedom and possibly being killed in the streets to come after you or to threaten you. I have people chasing after me because I've put out death threats like that. It's not that serious for me, because I can simply ignore you and go on. And like I said, life is getting her back right now. So she's been pulled from the school she wanted to go to. She's been put out of high school. And like I was saying, what she said may have been, her apology may have been believable to some if she had not, in every one of her apology posts, found a way to blame somebody else. First it was, well, my boyfriend was racist and he was rubbing off on me. I think black people are people too. Huh. Then it was, well, I did something wrong, but teenagers are allowed to make mistakes. But you guys are ruining my life for the rest of my life. No, your decision did. Then, then it's, you guys are so hateful and you're so mean. And what's worse than what I did is bullying. No. If you had come out and said, listen, I did something really stupid, that was completely my fault. I should have never followed his lead on this one. You know what? Because I know some people who used to follow whatever their boyfriends would do, and some guys who will follow whatever their girlfriends wanted just because they didn't want to lose that person. So you step out and you do something stupid. Not me personally, but hey, you step out and you do something stupid because you were afraid to lose that individual. So that part I get. If that had been it, if she had just come out and said, listen, you know what, this was his idea and I did it because, that's my boyfriend. You know how you can pick up on when when their self-esteem is not the highest and they really are doing something for another person. Like you can, if you have any discernment in your spirit at all, you can pick that up from another person. If she had come at everybody on some real, you know what, I really was just following him because, and was really honest with the public, I think they would have accepted her apology because we all know people like that. I'm not a bank robber, but he was robbing banks and I love him and I do anything he wants me to do. So I'll rob the bank with him. Again, I don't believe in that, but I know people who do it. I know people who, they don't have the confidence to say, listen, you're about to do something stupid. I'm going to go ahead and go on my own. And since we don't agree on some things, clearly, we don't even need to be together. Not everybody has the ability to do that. And I understand that. But that's not how she came at it. And because of that, now things are starting to happen to her. And now she's really upset. And I feel like the apology isn't because I'm so sorry I did it. The apology is because I'm so sorry that it's taking away from me. And that's why I can't accept it. Your apology is not an apology for the fact that you were completely wrong in your assessment of African Americans or black folks or however you want to put it. You were completely wrong in your assessment of us as a people. That it was malicious and racist and hateful. Like, that's not what you were apologizing for. You apologized because you got caught and now you are paying for it. That's what you apologize for. The I'm sorry was so that hopefully the school will take you back and people will leave you alone and people will let it go. And that I cannot accept because you're not truly sorry for what you did. You are sorry that you are now paying the price for it. And that's what I mean by when you put that negativity, out in the air, it's coming back at you, and it usually comes back at you tenfold. And that's the other thing I think a lot of people don't understand. A lot of times when you put hate out in the universe like that, it's not like, I'm put out this evil and I'm going to get a little slap of evil back and then we go on. No, it is coming at you hardcore. And the apologies don't mean anything at that point. So think about it the next time you want to talk down on that woman that you think is ugly. Because you don't know what she dealt with her entire life before she got there. Or, perfect example, there is a young man that I'm friends with on Facebook, and